What's going on, Zach Pack? Welcome back, and if you're new here, a big hello to you. Today's video. Last time I did this, it was way back in October, talking about Hocus Pocus. But today, I want to answer some questions that are frequently asked by people that are not as Disney savvy as us Disney YouTubers. And I am going to give my own personal answer. Now, the website I'm using, DizDining, is a great website, a blog. I'll leave the link down below so you can get the real answers. I'm going to give you my answers for these. And some of them may be so stupidly logical that, you can't argue. Some of them maybe just be completely stupid. So what we're going to do is I'm going to read the question out. You will see it on the screen, and we're going to get right down to it. So first question is, we want to have those magic bands. How do we get those? So, okay. First off, magic bands are not only an accessory for your Disney vacation, but it is pretty much how you do anything in Walt Disney World. Again, I'm not too sure about Disneyland. I don't know whether they have the magic bands. So please, if they do, let me know down in the comments below. But Disney World, they use it for pretty much everything. Food, reservations, fast passes, in and out the parks, pretty much everything, which is a great idea rather than having, a card. Because when I went back in 2011, there was a card that you scanned, and you got paper fast passes, and it wasn't all digital, and there wasn't any apps or anything for that. So yeah, magic bands are the way forward, and we're hoping to see some big changes with them soon. But yeah, how do you get them? You book a holiday. You book a holiday to Walt Disney World, and you get them through your reservation. Now, if you are in America, they get sent to your home in a little box with a little package, and it's beautiful and it's kind of cute. Over here in the UK, though, however, you get them at your when you check in. So you go over, fly over, get to your hotel, check in yourself with either your app or what have you, and you get your magic band pretty much straight away. Once you've talked to a customer service cast member behind the concierge desk or what have you, they have them there for you with your name and what have you, your specific colour that you've chosen on the Disney app, and yeah, you link it up to your phone, all done and dusted, ready to go, ready to rock for your holiday. Very excited and exciting stuff to actually have all of that technology going on. Makes it a lot easier to go on holiday to Disney World now, rather than you having the fear of losing a fast pass that is just a piece of paper, and having the fear of losing your card as well, because your magic band, you keep it on, charge it at night, keep it on throughout the day. You've got it there, it's on your wrist. Your card, however, that I had, the key to the world, it was called, pretty scary. If you lost it, you couldn't do anything. You couldn't get in your room, you couldn't get in your into any theme parks. So yeah, way forward magic band. And how you get one is you just simply book a holiday. It either gets delivered to you if you're in the US, or if you're in the UK, you pick it up when you check in. Moving on to the next question. How much does it cost to get fast passes? Nothing. It's absolutely free. It's included. It's phenomenal. You can have as many fast passes as you want and make as many as you want for specific days. You can have up to 3 per day, which is great, and it's awesome. I enjoy fast passes, especially for those big rides that are just way too much of a line, especially like your thrill rides and your family coasters. It's gonna be good. It's a good idea to have them. Yeah, you can make them 60 days in advance if you are staying on property, 30 days if you are not staying on property. And that brings us on to the next question. Is it worth to stay on site? Now, being a huge Disney fan, I'm going to say yes. Yes, it is. So let's look at some pros and cons, okay? Pros, you get the extra magic hours. You get the elaborate theming, even in the value resorts. You get, you get free transportation from your hotel. You get access to the resort pools and things like that. You get access to all the other resorts where you can just go resort hopping and go and have a look around in case you want to have a bit of a slower day at the parks or at Disney World. Now let's look at the cons. A little bit more expensive. Sometimes, it's not to what you're wanting. You may be wanting it a little bit quieter. And obviously Disney World is a family holiday destination for some people, or most people. So you're going to find children there. There isn't really an adults only area, like there might be in offshore or off-site resort hotels. I can only think of two. To be honest, though, for me, to be quite honest, I'm not really bothered about the adults only bit. It's nice if you want to just have a nice relax, but then again, you can just go to a quieter attraction or a quieter ride. It's always something to do. But anyhow, yeah. Pros and cons, it's really up to you. Personally, I say yes because I want as much of that Disney magic as possible. Extra magic hours are an absolute must if they are opening early at rope drop. Get there earlier. Well, before rope drop, actually, because some of them open at 8. Parks don't open until 9. Extra magic hours at night. You get to stay even later at the parks if you want to. Yeah, I mean, it's great. I enjoy it. I enjoy staying on the site. It's a good idea. It brings more magic to you. And you get all those perks as well, which I always love. I love having more for my money. So, yeah. Might cost a little bit extra, but you're getting it back in return with some good old perks from Disney. Next question is, should I add Universal to my vacation? Now, really, this is up to you, really. This is your personal preference. If you want to go to Universal and go and explore Universal as well, go ahead. I would prefer to stay at Disney for the long haul. A couple of days at Universal here and there. Volcano Bay, obviously. That looks super cool. But yeah. Disney is probably like the main destination for me. Because there's so much more to do. So yeah. I'd say it's personal preference. If you want to go explore Universal, you go explore Universal as well. Okay, next one is such a place worth visiting. So I say such place because the question says is filled in the blank. So such places as is Magic Kingdom worth visiting with teenagers? Is Epcot worth visiting with smaller children? Is Hollywood Studios worth visiting for a number of reasons? And the answer is there's always something for someone in the parks. Disney have made the parks for everyone, If you've got small children for, around about the age of 1 or 2, take them on a ride. Take them on Spaceship Earth. Take them on Figment. Take them on... what else? I don't know, let's see. There's going to be a few fair good rides. Frozen ride in Norway. Take them there. There's good few rides that are for everyone. Teenagers, Magic Kingdom, there's plenty of stuff to do. I was a teenager when I went to Magic Kingdom, but then again, I'm not a regular teenager, so yeah, I wasn't a regular teenager even. But yeah, there's dance parties. There's rides that are a little bit more up there for teenagers, like Let's see. Big Thunder is a good one for me. I think when I was that age, always will be. Space Mountain. You've got the roller coasters. You've got Splash Mountain. You've got Space. You've got Big Thunder. Seven Dwarfs Mine Train now. Even, you've got all those. You've got the Dark Rise as well. If you enjoy those types of things, if you are a big Disney fan. If not, then have a go. That's all I can say is have a go. Just try and see what happens. I think that it'd be a good experience. And obviously, someone asked me this question, I don't even know what I'd do. I'd be like, no, take your children, take yourself, just go. But yeah, every park is worth visiting at least once. And if it's not your cup of tea for your child, then I don't know. Maybe try somewhere else. Universal is a little bit more up there for teenagers wise. But yeah, at least give it a go. At least once. Okay, so next one. What is the best place to eat in Walt Disney World? So, really, this is all depending on you. I mean, what is your favourite type of food? If you want something intercontinental, go to Epcot World Showcase. If you want something that's traditional and regular, like a theme park food, go to one of the theme parks that offer theme park food. Magic Kingdom, Epcot have some good stuff. What else? Hollywood Studios, Animal Kingdom. They all have foods for people. I mean, each area has specific food. Pandora obviously has like Pandorian type based food that we would assume would be on that type of planet. So yeah, we've got that. Hollywood Studios is more like a back set for studios that make movies. So it makes no surprise that there would be stuff that you would see regularly on a backlot. Burgers, hot dogs, all that kind of stuff. Again, you can get that kind of stuff in Magic Kingdom too. Epcot is a little bit elaborate because there is many restaurants, quite a few, and they're all, culturally different. Chinese, Italian, French, Norwegian, German. You've got all of them. You've got quite a few. You've got a good amount of stuff to try. And then not to mention, you do have the festivals at Epcot, Food and Wine, Festival of the Arts, Flower and Garden. Yeah, there's many places that you can go eat. And personally, it's personal preference again. And that is one of the main things that is striking up here on this video. But it's true. Personal preference, it depends what you like. I'm a huge fan of Italian food, Chinese, all that kind of stuff, different, that kind of food, Chinese, Italian, I like some German food. So I'd go to China or Italy, yeah, in World Showcase. Or I'd find something that I wanted the day in the park, depending on how hungry I am and what I wanted to eat. So yeah, it's all just personal preference, and depending on where you want to go, it's up to you. Next question is, what is the right age to take your child for the first time? Now, again, I would say, personally, as soon as possible. As soon as possible. I mean, when they're starting to remember, my brother went, little brother went when he was 13 months old, so he just turned 1. We went in the July of 2011. And yeah, it was magical. I mean, we have all this video stuff that we took, and we've got pictures that we've still got. Because thankfully back in 2011, technology was coming to a bit of a open-ended thing where we could take pictures on a regular basis with phones and things like that. So we were very lucky. We did have a camera with us. So we took some videos. Obviously, phones weren't the best for taking videos, but they were able to. But yeah, um, I'd say as soon as possible. Around about the age of 1.5 to 2 would be my estimate for them, when they're starting to remember and starting to work towards, having, starting to have a couple of interests and things like that. Um, but yeah, I'd say it'd be great to have to go around about age closer to 2. I would say 1.5 to 2. I've said that already, but better get it in there. But anyhow, yeah. I think it'd be good to go that age. It's a nice age to start. Obviously, you can get their interest in Disney started straight away, and I absolutely would love to take my children as soon as they are ready and able. But I don't have children yet, so I can't do that. So I'll just take myself. Okay, so the next question is: the Disney dining plan worth it? Now, this is a question that many people do actually ask, and to be honest, I think this is going to be an unpopular opinion right now. Personally, for me, I don't think so. When we went back in 2011, um, we got the refillable mug for free, of course. That's standard of it. But it really just depends what tier you go for. Whether you go for the basic, the moderate, or the deluxe. It really just depends. Personally, I I don't know. Sure, it takes a hefty amount off your bills and things, but it really just depends if you are doing reservations for your food. Now, me personally, I'd much rather be the one to have a more open choice of what I wanted rather than sticking to a specific dining plan menu. One day I could want like a big, massive burger that's like bigger than my head. The next day I probably just want something quick and simple like a salad. And I want that choice from here to here, meet in the middle, so I can choose what I want. I mean, sure, the price isn't the best. It's very expensive at Disney to have food, and the Disney dining plan does kind of take the majority of that away. But at the same time, you can't really get what you want. Um, Again, it just depends on whether you're making reservations as well. It helps a lot with reservations. This time around, when I'm going, I'm not going to be making reservations. So personally, I don't think I'm going to be getting a Disney dining plan. I will just be buying the mug separate for myself, and I will be coming and just buying food when I want it. I'll be buying probably breakfast and lunch and dinner at different times, and I don't want to be a set time for me to have it either. Because at some point during that day, I might not be hungry. Other points of the day, I might absolutely be like so hungry that I will eat like more snacks than anything else. But yeah, it all just depends. I don't think it is worth it, but it's up to you guys as well. What do you think if you want the Disneyland plan? I think it'd be ideal if you were to go and have character reservations and things. Maybe the next time I go, when we want to make character reservations, we will have a dining plan when the big family holiday comes up. But for the meantime, for me going solo, I think it's a no-go. So on to the next one. How many days should I go? As many as possible. As many as possible. This time around, we have a choice over here in the UK. We can go 14 or we can go for 21. Now, I absolutely would love to have a 3-week stay at Disney. We've only ever done 2 weeks. This time around, I'm going for 2 weeks as well. When I get around to booking it. But yeah, 2 weeks seems to be the staple and the base of how long you can stay from going over in the UK, because You want as much magic as possible. You really do. You don't want to sugarcoat it. You don't want to. You don't want to miss anything. You want to try and fit as much in as possible for those 2 weeks until you go again. Do some other things. But yeah, I'd say go as long as possible. If you could stay there forever, I would, absolutely. I would love to stay in, I would love to live in Florida, go as many times as I could. One day here, I could just like, I want to go to a Disney park. Wake up and just go. That'd be the dream. That'd be the dream for me. Whereas here you have to wake up and be like, oh, I want to go to Disney and I can't. And there's just nowhere to. How many days should you go? As long as possible. If you can get 14, magical. If you can go for 3 weeks, magical. Just take it as many days as you can. How much is it going to cost? So, really, this just depends on what you want. Depends on what hotel you want to stay in. Depends on what dining plan you are offering. Depends on how long you are going for. Depending on your level of flights. Depends on your accommodation, your dining plan, everything. It depends on everything. Depends on the time of year you are going from the UK. Obviously, term time over here is a lot cheaper. So when the children are in work or in school, it's a lot cheaper. It's a lot cheaper. I'm going in September. I'm looking at going in September to the beginning of October, so I get to experience Halloween and things like that. But it all just depends on when you want to go. Of course, the height of summer, coming towards the middle of July, beginning of August, or the end of June, beginning of July, is going to be the most expensive. Because that's when everybody goes. But yeah, it just depends on what you think, on what you want to do. It all just depends on when you are going, what level of tier of dining plan. If you're going for the top-notch dining plan, for like the deluxe dining plan where you get everything included, and how many people are going, that's going to be a hefty sum as well. Depends on what level of accommodation you are staying in, value, moderate, deluxe, or a deluxe villa, depending on where you are staying. Or if you are, wanting to stay at Fort Wilderness, that all depends as well. Depending if you're taking an RV or something, or you're staying in a log cabin or what have you, or you're camping. Depends. It all depends on. Oh, it all depends. Depends how many adults are going. Depends how many children are going. If you're doing just an adult-only trip, it will be a little bit more expensive than you taking, say, 2 children with 1 adult, or 2 adults with 1 child. And it's It's always hard. It is. It's always hard to distinguish this question. And my answer to you is, depending on where you want to go, and depending on what level of accommodation you want and dining plan, it's really up to you. It's really up to you. Personally, I would go for a value resort with no dining plan over and over again, because it turns out cheaper. You can save more money for spending. You can go multiple times. Whereas just a couple of times, I would like to stay in either a moderate or a deluxe villa, a deluxe hotel as well, or a deluxe resort. That'd be ideal. Just once or twice, that'd be really nice. New Orleans, Riverside and French Quarter are 2 of my. I'd love to stay there. Polynesian, I'd love to stay there. Yeah, I think that'd be a great idea to stay there at some point. But then again, it all depends on where you are wanting to stay, how much money you are willing to spend to go to Disney. Obviously, money is like, we have to save it up to go. Also depends on your view of the room as well. If you want a pool view, that's going to cost you more rather than a standard view. If you want one with a balcony and a moderate, or what have you, or a deluxe, it's going to cost you moderately more than having just a standard room that's just on the floor level. And all that kind of stuff. It's all depends on what you are wanting out of your package, out of your vacation. Overall, it all depends on you, how much you are willing to spend. And that, ladies and gentlemen, is the end of these frequently asked questions of the Disney parks. Now, I hope you have enjoyed this video. I've enjoyed making it, as always, as I always do. So, if you did enjoy this video, give it a big thumbs up, and if you didn't like this video, give it a big thumbs up, and comment down below what your favourite part of going to Disney is. I'd love to know, start a conversation. Is it the parks? Is it the water parks? Is it just staying in a hotel in general, away from reality and staying within the magic? Let me know down in the comments below. I'd love to know. And thank you so much for watching. If you've not done so already, please be sure to join the Zack Pack today by pressing that big shiny red button and pressing that little ding-a-ling bell so you can stay up to date with videos on Tuesdays, Thursdays and Saturdays. Thank you so much for watching. And as always, ladies and gentlemen, I will see you in the next video. Until then, stay classy, Zack Pack.